welcome to another episode of 3P Sports. I'm Dustin.
Rob.
Aldo. And today we'll be talking about some news in football. Starting off with the NFL, we have former Miami Dolphins receiver Chad Johnson getting into a domestic dispute with his wife of only 5 weeks, former reality star Evelyn Lozada. And she apparently got headbutted by him in a car outside of their home, and she called the cops, and he's currently under arrest.
Oh, he's been released already.
He was under arrest and he's been released, and then shortly after this, the Miami Dolphins released him from the team. What do you guys take of this?
I think it was a good argument at first for the whole thing because she found a receipt to a box of condoms that she had no idea that he purchased, so meaning that there could have been something going on, outside the relationship.
Early on, too, only 5 weeks.
Yeah, so that led into that fight, and he, tries, I guess, not to lay a hand on her because she's a woman, so she was probably up in his face. He knocked her head with his head, supposedly, so that's the reason why he gets arrested. She's pressing charges now, so I guess no longer his wife. See a divorce coming soon, he lost his job. She's pressing charges. There's a lot going on in his life. So, was it right for the Dolphins to dismiss him or cut him? Maybe. Yeah, this is his first time being arrested in his professional career. He's always had, he's always been the troubled player, the guy who's getting fined, but he has never done anything so stupid outside of football. He has been arrested once in college, but since he's been in the pros, there has been nothing against him. No DUIs like all these guys you're seeing. No murders or anything crazy.
No like that.
So for a first offense, it is a little harsh, and he is going to get a fine probably too, or suspension just for being arrested and doing something off field. But him getting cut from the team is a big deal. He's out of a job. The Dolphins need him just as much as he needs them. I mean, for a job. The Dolphins do not have any good receivers. He was the best receiver. Yeah. And Joe Philbin, the coach of the Dolphins, just wanted to make a statement there. Yeah. By if you guys watched the recent Hard Knocks episode, he said the F word 6 times in a media conference, and he pulled him aside. Yeah, Joe Philbin pulled him aside and said, you represent our organization when you speak to the media. You need to speak, with a better language. And he's like, just giving him a heads up. But I guess, this is way worse than that. So, obviously. So, I think he just wanted to make a statement with Chad Johnson and the other Miami Dolphins players that, don't do something so stupid or else, they don't play like that. So, I don't know. I think it was right.
Yeah. Do you think it's justified, Aldo, him being released from the team so quick?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, that's, once again, you're representing the Miami Dolphins organization. You're representing your team. You're representing your city now. And exactly, they can't be having these things on their belt, especially when they're trying to rebuild right now. They can't be having, all of these domestic battery charges on one of their premier players. They can. And Joe Philbin was right doing this. He was right to send that message. Hey, he did this. Don't take it so lenient. You can't be all lenient with this. And
I agree with the that he should have been cut for this. However, I don't think it should have been so quick, and I do think that's why he did it. Joe Philbin. I mean, it's his first year with the team. He wants to make a statement like, I'm the leader of this team. What I say goes. If you're going to give this team a bad name, you're gone. Yeah. But at the same time, it's so early on with the case, it hasn't even gotten into court or anything. Yeah. Personally, if I was the coach of that team, I would wait until there was like a final statement on it, see what the outcome was. Because, I mean, right now it's kind of like the he said, she said thing.
Definitely.
It's all alleged right now. Maybe she hit him first. Because we don't know. We don't have footage of it. So, personally, I would have waited. I think it was pretty quick for Joe Philbin to take such a quick action of just cutting him from the team when they need him. Because, I mean, they lost Brandon Marshall. They brought him in to be the first team receiver. And who else do they have a receiver? They needed him. And as you were saying off camera earlier in the Hard Knocks episode, Chad's been looking good. He's been looking like his former self when he was with the Bengals. Been looking quick, got some
sharp
speed.
Routes too. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Do you guys think that this season, I mean, it's preseason right now, a lot of older players have been making comebacks like Randy Moss and T.O. Do you see him landing with a new team?
I do, but only how this thing pans out is going to determine what he. I mean, obviously it's a misdemeanor. It's, it's not like crazy. He freaking beat her till she died. It's not a crazy thing, but some teams are going to turn their heads. Teams that are like, oh, that's going to be a trouble for our locker room, even though he most likely won't. Mm. But they look at that like, no, we don't want him. He's a troublemaker. No, we don't want him. But there's always going to be that one or two teams that are like, heck, we'll take him. We need these guys. We need the best veterans we can get. So they're going to try. Someone's going to try to get him, and I don't know who. I don't know who.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen eventually. Someone like the Cardinals or something that needs that other guy.
Yeah.
Someone who needs that receiver that will change their team when they need it most.
What do you think?
Yeah, I do think someone else is going to pick him up. Maybe not right now, not during the beginning of the season, but definitely midway. I think when we come to the middle of the season, some teams are going to be injury plagued in that receiver position, and that's when they're going to look to the free agent market. And that's when they're probably going to look at Chad Ochocinco, or Johnson, I should say. That's where they're going to look to him. He's a veteran. Yeah, okay, so this happened. But that's it. I mean, he hasn't done anything yet. Yeah. His celebrations, his posting, but that's him. That's what makes him a great player.
Who he is, yeah.
And the reason he was able to do all those celebrations is why? Because he scored touchdowns.
And he's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker, and I definitely think someone's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, he'll be the best guy in free agency.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if it'll be right now, next week, or whenever, but before the season's over, he'll be picked up by a team. Injuries happen. They'll need a veteran to come in that can pick up the playbook quickly, someone who understands the league. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
All right, well, that about sums it up for Chad Johnson and this controversial issue going on right now. So leave a comment on what you think about it. Make sure to subscribe, as always. Click the football right here. Click this helmet to view our last video, and this one to view the episode before that. Once again, I'm Dustin with
Aldo,
Rob,
and we are out.